Okay. Um, so we really suck at doing podcasts, and we just started one, and it's super unprofessional because I'm eating at the same time. Um, but what's up? I'm Stefan, or Undaunted. All right. Um, where do we start, bro? I don't know where to start. Hmm.
Since 20 years, 25.
Yes.
That's forever. So, yeah.
Oh my god. All right. Um. Yeah. I'm Stefan or Undaunted. I am a streamer. I play video games, sports, and this is pretty much my best friend since forever. We're gonna talk about random stuff. I don't know. Um. Yeah. So, what question you want to start off?
Let's go with that first one. What do you plan on doing in the future? I think that's very vague and also very goal oriented because then that also kind of lead up to like other questions as
All right.
well too. So
All right.
so
You can go. You can go first.
okay, what do I plan on doing in the future? Well, first off, getting married is probably in my near future.
You
Um,
right. You right.
and then I am debating on or leaning towards getting my master's, so I can actually teach on a college level. Um,
Wait. So,
and
why do you want to teach college though?
I don't know, for me, I never liked teaching kids like younger kids. Like no offense for the younger kids, why I watching the stream, but then like I don't know, I just can't deal with kids like on an 8 hour basis, just like trying to babysit them and like you're always swatting itching them all the time.
Hey, that's
So
what I do right now.
like I can't do that. My patience with kids isn't strong as it was. So but yeah, I think teaching on a college level it'll be more professional and you'll be dealing with the adults more. So then it's just like you have your own responsibilities and then there's that like adult phase
And there's
ish.
like a more mutual understanding that
Yeah,
that you
yeah,
have
like
with someone that is more mature.
yeah, and then it's not like I don't have to watch you every single moment of like the day. It's just like you have your own responsibilities. I have my own, and then if you don't show up to class or whatnot, then it's just like that's on you. It's not I don't have to like chase you around, like
Yes.
hey, what are you doing? It's like why aren't you in class? So like
You're right.
yeah. So how about you?
Um, what I plan on doing in the near future. Well, for my life, yeah, kind of the same thing as you. I was debating on going back to school too, cause just having a higher education opens up more doors, but it also opens up to more debt, and that's something I don't really want. And I also am planning on trying to get married too, because I'm getting old. We're both getting old. It's about that time. But for like streaming wise, I'm trying to get back into streaming and like streaming more consistently, but it's kind of hard when I'm so pinched for time and well, my time management is horrible. That's all it is, really.
You see, like I've been egging on to step into like stream more, so I can actually watch them stream. Or like even when we are playing, I like try to hey stream. Streams like no, I'm too lazy. No, this is too much work. So he never streams.
Yeah, I'm just too lazy, dude. That's all it really is.
Yeah, so kind of I think one thing to kind of go back to is like when Stephen said like we both are getting too old. You know, it it's more of a cultural reference.
Mm,
You
you're right.
know,
You're
versus
right.
for others. You guys might think like, oh, you guys are 24, 25, like you guys are in your prime of life. Like for us,
This is our
for
prime.
yeah, yeah.
I
This
mean,
like
our prime was past.
yeah. Yeah, so then that's why like I think it's also a culture shock too that like 24, 25, you are getting too old for us, and then it's just more of like you're gonna end up as an old man at like 27 or like 30 years old with like no like with nobody to spend the rest of your life with. So
Yes, dude.
I mean, what is it? One of our really good friends got married right after high school too. So
Wait, who?
Michael,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
that's true.
she's so then like
He was in his
it's
prime, bro.
yeah, so then like it's more of a, like a cultural thing. So just to let you guys know,
Yes, yes. It is very cultural, especially to end up getting married in like your early 20s.
or
Or
mid 20s,
yeah,
early to mid 20s.
kind of sucks. But the thing is, it's not like we're part of the old generation anymore. We're more Americanized because we've been here what
20
60?
years.
It's been more than that.
Well,
Almost.
like
It's like 40 now.
probably like 50.
Is it?
Maybe 50, maybe even 60. I don't know when like Bang Pao came over, but for sure at least like 50. I mean, the war ended in like the 60s, so
Yeah.
that's when JFK got shot. So just saying, JFK got shot in like the 60s.
You're right. I'm not too keen on my dates, but it's around that time.
So yeah, so I think yeah. So I mean, like it. I mean, it is going to that fact that like like you were saying, like we are in that newer generation era here. Sorry, my mom's calling me. Huh? What yeah?
Well,
Yeah.
Alexa
So
says hi to you, by the
oh,
way.
hi Alexa. So yeah, so it's weird. But yes, I still live with my parents,
Yes, yes, yes.
and I don't live in the basement. I have my own room. It is kind of sketched up, but it's
It's
a
okay.
pass me down room.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, it's cool though. But yeah, going back to
Why does this keep popping up?
to Stefan's point, we are in that like newer generation era where like we're trying to become more Americanized. So that's why more people are getting married now in like their mid 20s to like late 20s into their early 30s. So.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like we're doing so much more and that we're taking our time now.
Yeah.
And we're not in a rush to start a family.
And then I also think that nowadays too, adding onto your point is that like we have more ambitions and goals in life to kind of like succeed, and to kind of like prosper ourselves to like a newer level. So I mean that also leads up to our next question, I think. What is your goal in life?
You go. I'm still enjoying my pineapple.
Your partner. What is my goals in life? Oh God, a lot of things. Like realistic goals or unrealistic? No, realistic goals is probably like to be happy. I think
Who
it's
doesn't want to be happy though, right?
yeah, but then like but then it's one of those things that like we're also focused on like monetary stuff and like what's going on around that like we forget to be happy ourselves, and then like we're just dragging along the way, and then we don't enjoy the moments. I think. Wait. Ah. Oh. Oh. Yeah. So I think that's one thing too. So.
I mean, it'd be nice to make a lot of money, you know. Like money doesn't really account for happiness, but it can help.
It's
It
like
helps make things more,
more affordable.
yes, makes things easier, you know.
Makes things easier. I mean, like like money can't buy happiness, but money can also like
Help
like,
get
help,
happy.
yeah, help you get happy, you
It helps you get one step closer, you know.
know. I mean, I think like I'm not too into like what is it? What would you call it? Like materialistic things.
Yeah.
I would rather enjoy company and friends versus like having a brand new car. I mean, it's nice that I have a
Right.
brand new car, but also it's also better if I have friends
Yeah.
to share my wealth with.
Yeah.
So for me, it's that is what my goal is in life, really, to like truly enjoy the moment.
Yeah. Like I wouldn't mind having a lot of money, but I'd rather have good friends, you know.
Like I wouldn't mind winning the Powerball right now, but if that means I'm losing a ton of my friends, I don't know.
I mean, can you even really say that they're friends if they're gonna end up asking you for money if you win the
Yeah,
Powerball?
yeah, right. It is kind of weird flex, but it's okay, I guess.
All right. So I guess my goals. Huh. I would love to be a better streamer. Like, like be more consistent and I don't know, just be more relaxed. I feel like sometimes when I stream, it's just really awkward for me because I'm not used to talking to myself most of the time, especially when I stream by myself or like if I'm not playing with anyone. It's super awkward for me to just randomly talk and like talk out loud, even though I should be doing that. Um, I
So
don't
is
know.
that like a short term goal or is that like a
No,
long
this is
term?
like long term. Like I want to stream, dude. Like, but I just don't have the time. Like, or I just don't manage my time well. That's what it is, really.
Okay.
And as like going back to like the money, I wouldn't like mind having a goal of earning $1 million in my lifetime and seeing that, you know, those 6 zeros in my bank account. It'd be like, wow,
Well, if it's six
wow,
zeros, there'll be $1 million.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Just making sure. I thought I misheard you saying 1,000, like $100,000. My bad. I'm
No,
like,
no,
wait,
no.
my bad. That is not me. But yeah. So, all right,
Nerds.
chill,
Wow,
nerds.
Angel just called us nerds.
Hey,
Rude.
first of all, we are nerds, and secondly, we used to bully nerds. It's okay.
We got a rude chat, bro.
You got rude chat. Ooh, ouch.
Alright. So I think we're done with that question. Let's go to the next
Yeah.
one. Where do you plan on living in the future?
I've been going first, so let's start off with you.
Um, hmm. Alright. I would love to live in Korea one day, in South Korea. I don't know how long for, but maybe just living outside of the US would be a good change. I guess I'm just too used to being what you call a lay fat American, you know. It's
I
just
mean, mhm.
I don't know, it the American lifestyle feels very fast paced and you don't really have much time to just relax because we're everyone's just on the grind trying to get shit done. Whereas I feel more Asian cultures are a bit more relaxed, you know?
Mhm. Like, I mean, like you are the one that moved around the most. So I guess to your point, it makes sense. Um, but for me, where would I want to live? Um, for sure, in Asia, at least a year or two. Kind of experience that lifestyle.
Where in Asia?
And I don't know yet. I haven't decided. I haven't decided where I want to live. Like I was thinking maybe like going back to Thailand and like kind of teach for like a year or so, and then just moving back, or
Yeah.
like just even going to Japan or like South Korea to kind of teach. I think that would be very beneficial and also eye opening. I think that would also be really fun as well too. But I mean, at the end of the day, going back to living with my parents would be the end goal for me. I mean, like, I am the youngest son too. So yeah,
Yeah.
so there's that.
We got another question. We can look at this later.
Okay.
Wait, here, I'll post it like that. There you go.
Okay.
Now you can see it. Alright. So are we good with that question?
Yeah, I think we are.
Ooh, excuse me. Alright, which one?
Let's go.
Shall we skip to the last one first?
Yeah, yeah.
Who is your biggest inspiration? Alright, you want to start this one now?
I guess. I think my biggest inspiration, for me, is probably my parents, because like they took basically a risk to come to the United States, not knowing what is gonna be on the other side, and yet they somehow managed to survive with all nine of us, and then
You're right.
and then it's just more like, oh my god, so I think they are my biggest inspiration. There are others who adds in more inspiration to yourself, but then I think the biggest one for me is probably my mom and dad, just because that, like, coming to a whole new country and like barely knowing their language and also their environment, like how the weather and stuff. Having like 9 kids too, so it's like, how are we gonna put food on the table for these 9 kids? So that's those. So my parents are the biggest inspiration for me.
Yeah,
So.
Makes sense because, like you said, they risked their lives to get you guys here, to better their life, to take refuge in America, especially since the war and stuff. History 101, there was a war, secret war, also known as Vietnam War, and yeah, we can talk about that another time. But yeah, makes sense. I guess mine's not as crucial as yours, but I guess my parents too, in a way, because they pushed me to be a better person than they were. I'm not saying that my parents aren't good people, but I just want to be better. And I don't know, I just always wanted to be a good person. And good is very vague, but it's also very open to like lots of different things. Um, I would also say that this guy right here, is also a big inspiration. Got to keep money on the table and feed that dude. I'd rather him have food than I have food. So that's that's another thing. I've gone almost 2 weeks not eating just so this guy could eat. So yeah.
What is his like? So going on a tangent here.
Yeah.
So how many pets do you have?
How many pets do I have?
How many pets?
This is the only pet that I have, but my brother also has a pet.
Okay.
A dog named Teddy.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
And how long have you had your cat?
I've had Fish here for almost 2 years. For over 2 years now.
Nice.
He turned 2 in this past November. I believe. I think he's 2. Is he 2? Oh my god, I don't even know his birthday. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
What a great dad you are.
Wait. No, he just turned 1. Am I? Oh my god, dude, I don't even know how old my cat is. Because I moved into my apartment, my old apartment last. No, he should be 2 years old.
He should be 2.
He should be 2 years old.
You for certain that he's 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I moved into my apartment in 2016, and that's when I got him.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So, he's like 2.5 now.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Yeah, 2. Yeah, he's
2.
That's what my uncle said. Alright. What other questions do we have?
I think we should go with who?
What game did you get hooked on?
What game did you hook on? Ooh.
I guess we're moving into games and stuff.
Yeah.
Super 180 turn to something else.
So how about you start?
Alright, are we talking about like recent or like our first game?
I think we can do like. I think we like can do both. Like.
Alright, so your first... my first game would probably be I want to say Pokemon Stadium, dude. That was legit. But it wasn't the main game. It was the mini games that you could play. Like the Clefairy thing and like the Diglett thing where you gotta hit the L and the R.
Yes.
Dude, those games were lit. Those were awesome, dude. And then I guess Halo was another big one.
Mm-hmm.
They got really into, especially when we got an Xbox. I put lots and lots of hours into that game, and then I learned how to do like different glitches and stuff. And when I started doing that, it got even more fun because you could like super jump in certain areas, just like fly across the map. Dude, it was insane. And then after that, oh no, before that there was Ragnarok Online, and also whatchamacallit, and Soulcom on the PS2.
Oh, okay.
Uncle Johnny. Shout outs to Uncle Johnny. He got me into Soulcom. And I always walked into his room and like super early in the morning while he was sleeping so I could play. I'm sorry, Uncle Johnny. I'm so sorry. And then high school came around, and I want to say it was sophomore year.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started playing League, and because a bunch of our other buddies, Wong, and Pong and Lou, they were all playing it too.
Mhm.
They're the ones that got me into the league. And then, yeah, I've been hooked on this game for like the longest time. It's been like on and off. And then H1Z1 for a little bit. And then Fortnite. And then back to League. Yeah. What about you, bro?
Ooh, I have to say Pokemon Yellow and Red and Blue. Like
On the Game Boy.
on the Game Boy Pocket.
Ooh.
Pocket. Not even the color, the pocket.
The one that came in that weird blue metallic.
Blue metallic,
yeah.
or like that red one. Oh my god! And then like it didn't run on double A's too. It ran on triple A's. And then
It had like 0 battery life. GG.
And then I just kind of stuck with Pokemon. I'm not a huge gamer as Stefan was. What I did
You're right.
was I watched my brother, and then he'll play games, and I'll just watch him play. Cause then he'll buy RPG games.
Yeah.
And then I was probably too like stupid or like something. But then I wouldn't know how to play these RPG games. So then like I'll just watch him play. Like watch him play Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 9, and also 10. I wasn't really into 10 that much, or like 10 too. And then I finally started to try playing games by myself. And then I played Final Fantasy 12. I didn't finish the game, fortunately. And then and just kept on playing games, and then I stopped until Pokemon Heart Gold came out. Dropped like over 100 some hours on it.
That's it? That's weak.
First of all, my nephew lost the game for me, right? Feels bad. Like I had like I like trained like my original 6 to like 100. Like now I'm in like using the experience share.
OP.
Like then just kept on grinding like that. And then Stefan and Pong and got me, and also my fiance Jenny got me into League, and then I'm slowly
Also,
playing
she's
more.
better than Vong is.
Yes, that is a true statement. But mostly Jenny really got me into League. I've like watched Pong and Stefan play, but I never
Especially
really
during
got
college.
during college years, and I never really got into it until like Jenny kind of asked me to play, and then I got really addicted to it, and now I'm playing more. And then even though I'm not as good as Stefan is, I still troll him. So.
Ooh, yeah. Angel's right. Play Roblox too. Played Roblox for a while. I got super addicted because I was destroying little kids. You're right. But yeah, Vong's getting better at League. Every time we play, I try to help him. Try to give him tips and tricks. He's trying to main Galio up in the mid or support or top right now. He's getting pretty clean, dude. Pretty clean. So his support Galio is 10 times more clean than his mid Galio.
That is true. I get like that one game I went 0-4 on mid Galio, and then the following game I played Galio support, and I went like 5-2.
Dude, no, you're like 8-2, dude.
But then like that was because my mid Galio had the wrong runes though.
That's right.
I had grass.
And you also KS'd me a bunch of times when you were playing support. So.
True.
Alexa said Lichbane, Sona, Flash, Miss Ult.
Great times.
Just calling you out, bro.
No, but yeah, my main support is probably Sona though. My main support.
Yeah. Sona's fun though. That's why.
So please don't. Please.
Get flamed. Get wrecked.
But yeah, so ooh, next question, huh? Let's go with. Well, we kind of answered most of the questions with that gaming one.
Yeah, pretty much. Wait, let me check Facebook, see what they asked. All right. So when I asked,
only I replied.
pretty much, but one of my uncles or soon to be uncles also asked. This is like another total 180. He asked, "Is neutral journalism dead?" What are your thoughts on this?
Oh, wow. I think it's not dead. It's just really difficult to find. Because then, like, I obviously, like, there's gonna be biases all around.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, you just can't have like a neutral writing, like news writing or journalism, just because the fact that like as much as you try to be neutral, like you will still pour in some of your views and some of your ideas into that piece to kind of make it yours.
Yeah, I think that's why that's why they're not really news anchors anymore because they have bias. Now they're all just like news entertainers because they put their own spin on it and they make it more emotion based, whereas actual news should be more logical and factual and try not to have any bias. And that kind of ties into the secondary question that was in that question from asked by my other uncle, what really is journalism? And that's just like trying to be factual and not having bias. I think the easiest way to explain it in my mind is when you look at sports and instead of saying like, especially if two different teams are playing and you're just like, X team got 10 yards, instead of being like, damn, X team got this many yards, and you're like, you can tell that you're kind of rooting for one team, or you're like, if you don't like that team, like, damn, that team got that many yards. It's like you can feel the bias, especially in like the tone of voice. So I don't know. It's just like just giving the facts without, you know,
without any emotions.
Yeah. So it's just like factual and logical.
I think, and then also adding on to that, I think sometimes like we can't do that just because the fact that like our emotions like for certain topics just get so revved up that like it's really tough to contain all of that emotions on in. Especially for journalism these days, it's more difficult.
Yeah. Because news is so political now.
Yeah, and then it's just not like, oh, like what should we do to better the world and better our country. It's more like how do we gain more supports,
right? Like or how do we get followers for our side?
Yeah, or like how do we or how do we attack the other side without educating our side by saying like that other side is wrong for doing this. But then so you know, I think it's just that. I mean, like even with sports, I mean, you can say that the Patriots are like probably one of the most hated teams out there. But then like it's not because like, I mean, obviously they do some stuff wrong and some stuff illegal, but then it's also because the coach is good too. So you just can't throw that piece away and be like, oh, because they're good because they're a bunch of cheaters or like whatever. But it's also because like, it's also because like the coach is good. You know, you like can't just be like, oh, well, they're good because they're a bunch of, you know, So so
Uncle
there's that.
Uncle Johnny says people feel more connected to the news personalities when they show emotions, like when they report on certain subjects like the deaths of
I mean,
innocents.
like, you can't just keep a straight face when like you're like telling telling about like mass shooter.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
You
yeah.
know
You,
what I
yeah,
mean? You
yeah.
like you can be like, hey,
You're
um,
bound to get emotional,
yeah,
you know.
and then you can't just be like with a straight face, like, hey, so tonight 15 people died.
Yeah,
You
you
know,
can't
and
just
I think
unless you have like a robot say it, you know.
yeah. But then like that throws away like, oh, so should we replace news anchor with robots so that it's just like, oh, it's just neutral.
Yeah,
But then throwing
or
that
just have
away,
people read it, you know. Like
yeah,
reading it just brings your own emotion into it, so it ends up being biased in some sense. So it doesn't really matter because
yeah.
everything is gonna end up being perceived subjectively, and now it's going into philosophy, and I don't want to go down this tunnel
go
either.
down, go down the
So
tunnel.
we'll back off this subject, I guess.
So I mean, that is my take on, is there any neutral journalism these days? I think it's really tough.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just no real way to be 100% unbiased. There's
Hmm.
gonna be, or there's bound to be something that leaks out being biased. So
I mean, like, it's like rooting for your favorite team for sports, or like your like favorite sports or whatever. It's or like defending your like favorite sport or your favorite subject or like whatever. It's like you are bound to throw in emotions into your defense.
yeah,
It's not like you're just gonna be like, well, I like sports because, or like I like football because, you know, because it's football. You are bound to like throw in like emotions like, oh, the hard hitting tackles, the
yeah,
plays, like all these stuff. But then like it's like trying to convince somebody to like your sport, and how do you do that with a straight face? I
it
think
has to
if
be somewhat
somebody,
emotional. You know,
yeah, I
that's how you
think
connect with people.
and I mean, like, I think neutral journalism for me would be like trying to convince somebody to like something with a straight face.
Yeah, or
Uh,
just giving them the facts with
Yeah.
zero emotion, just facts, charts, logic. You know, that's the only way.
So there's that. So any other questions that was posted up on Facebook?
Those are like the only points. Um, yeah, but we did have some questions in the chat earlier.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, KV36 asks, "What kind of canned South Korean food are you most looking forward to?" Back to my question about living in Korea. I don't know what kind of food canned food did they have in Korea. If you're still here, KV36, I don't know.
I
So
mean, like, I mean, like, I mean, I think their canned food is probably could be better than like the canned food that is in the U.S.
it could be, yeah.
I
You're right.
mean, like, but then again, it all depends on your taste buds, and like, and then
I'm
your stuff
assuming because it's an Asian country, it's gonna have more
more,
flavors and
and
like
probably,
more spices and stuff to it, you know,
mhm.
especially
and
to their
then
food in general.
then probably like just like looking at their, what is it, their food, like their diet. I think it's probably gonna be more like fish oriented,
Yeah,
you
and
know. Well,
vegetables and stuff. Yeah,
yeah, and more vegetable oriented. So
they're
I
not
mean, like,
really heavy meat eaters, so
I wouldn't mind trying canned food from South Korea.
yeah. All right. Let's see. Yeah, so I don't really know how to answer that question, but
Yeah.
We'll go on to the next question. Asked by Alexa, what's one key part of your childhood or something you enjoyed? Ooh, this could be a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I could.
But if I'm gonna match it with my boy here, Vong, it would be when we were younger. We used to go on bike rides all the time, and we would go out from like right after school until like 9 o'clock at night, or like on the weekends we just leave in the morning, and then we just wouldn't go home until like nighttime. It was legit.
Yeah, I think that was like our first bonding time.
Yeah.
I mean, like I think our original bonding time was when I lied to you about my name, but
Yes. Yes. You're right. You're right. This is like our number one story to tell is when we met at the park, and you lied that your name was Blong, and I was like calling you Blong for a whole week, and then I heard your brother say your name was Vong, and I was like, "What? Are you talking to a different kid?" No, it ends up being this guy. The hell, trolled me so hard. Trolled me before trolling was even known. Too OP, dude.
But yeah, I think that's how we like first formed our bond.
Yeah.
It was super cool. And yeah, I think that was what I enjoyed most about our childhood was, well, my childhood at least, was just spending almost every day with Stefan, just biking around town, just chilling.
Dude, I want to say we bike like
At
over
least
4,000 miles. It was like what, third grade until fifth grade?
till fifth grade.
Yeah, like every single day during the summer.
and also spring and fall.
Yeah, we biked around a lot, dude.
Yeah. I mean, and then especially when you left too, I kind of got sad, to be honest.
Oh yeah. Sorry,
Got
bro.
sad real fast. I mean, our best friend Al would never hang out too, so.
Yeah, shout out to Al. You're a little bitch.
But yeah, so that is what one key part of my childhood that I enjoyed the most.
Same, bro. Same. Any other questions? You guys have any questions in chat?
They're probably sick and tired of us talking.
Right. I would be too.
They're like, talk about something else. Talk about your childhood.
Right?
Who cares about your stupid childhood?
How are our lives compared to back then when we just rode bikes all day? Oh my god. That's a loaded question.
Yeah, that is.
I mean, I guess we didn't really have much responsibilities, you know? We were kids. Yeah. We just did whatever. I felt like we were kind of invincible, you know? When you're a kid, you just explore and you just risk your life. You don't really think about it. You just do whatever. And then now, since we're older, more mature, I mean, in some sense, we're more mature, I would like to say, but we have more responsibilities, like paying rent and bills and, you know, making sure our cars are good and, like, family is good, because we're getting older and our family members are also getting older, and we got responsibilities like this dude right here, and I know Vong just recently got a dog, so Vong's got to take care of the dog.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's just a big difference.
Big difference. I think.
Oh, there it goes.
Now he's getting too excited. I think one thing is that back then we were one major difference is probably like the cars. Like from like biking to driving cars is probably like the major thing. And also the hanging out part. It's just, I mean,
it's a lot harder.
Me and Stefan are kind of in like different states.
Yeah.
You know, and like
hundreds of miles away.
trying to reach each other is kind of tough. Yeah. Hey.
Uncle Johnny said we can't just pick up and leave for a day at a time like we were kids.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is true.
You can't just ignore your responsibilities. Like if you had to wash dishes, just
Yeah.
get up and leave the house.
But like mom's got it, or it's I think it's just more the fact that like like you said, it's just we got more responsibilities, we got more stuff that we need to do on ourselves, and I think so
Yeah. It's just being more responsible as you get older and
Mhm.
realizing that you don't have all the time in the world anymore.
I mean, I mean, one thing about the maturity part is to say like we are kind of mature, but not quite. But then we just kind of thrown these responsibilities
Yeah.
that like we like kind of have to become mature ourselves. So
Yeah. Uncle Johnny says that now that you're an adult, you can do everything you want. I mean, you can, in a sense, because you have money and like access to get around places, but there are also more laws that affect you as you get older. So you can't just like trespass and do stupid stuff you could as a kid and get away with.
yeah, and I think adding on it's just that like you as an adult can do more stuff, but then the law just applies more to you now
Yeah.
versus when you were a kid.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, you do have faster transportation and stuff, but like don't get me wrong, like when me and Stefan were growing up, we used to run in front of cars to see who is fastest. Like this wasn't even like the cars were like 50 feet away. They were like 15 feet away, and we were bet to see who could run across the street the fastest. I mean, like we can't do that with cars or like with ourselves no more, because then we are like kind of getting older, not like don't have that speed. Once you get into a car accident,
our bones don't heal as fast anymore.
It's just a lot of things going on.
Yeah.
So.
You're right. Okay. Alexa asked, what's a funny / memorable moment you guys have together? There's so many, dude. There's so many to remember.
I think running across those streets was like probably the best ones though. I was like playing football.
Yes. Playing football together was awesome.
Yeah.
We always said that we were like the dynamic duo because we were receiver over there and QB right here, and it was just always perfect in stride catches and throws. It was amazing. It's like we were synced together, one brain. That's how good we were together as a duo. And then like, what else? What else was another? Oh, dude, I remember like when we used to have our school Olympics.
Oh yeah.
And we were the duo together, the two fastest kids, and we always won. It was.
It was fun. I think also growing up with Stefan too. I think that was kind of like a challenge too, to kind of better ourselves.
What do you mean?
No, don't get me wrong. Like Stefan was faster than I was. Like legit.
You had the endurance though, bro. You had the endurance.
Back in the day, Stefan was faster than I was. I just had that endurance part. But yeah,
this guy could run like a mile way faster than me. But if you took a 40-yard sprint, man, you get smoked.
That is true.
That's why we were such a good duo, dude. When we ran together. One could go for the short distance, the other one runs the rest of the way for the finish.
Well, like for the finish.
Yeah. Mm. I guess another thing would be like we always pushed each other because we were always just challenging each other. Even though we're best friends, we're like our number one rivals too. So that's what is always good about having a best friend. They
Yeah.
always end up being your rival, and especially like your number one rival. So this guy
Trying
always
to,
pushed me to be my best.
yeah, and then I can say the same thing about you too. I think just kind of seeing you where you're at right now, it like kind of wants me to better myself to kind of get on your level too. I mean,
What level? I have no
I mean,
level.
I think that's one thing too. I mean, for me right now, probably short-term goals for gaming wise is probably get as good as you are in league. Trying to have that mindset of like not tilting
Yeah,
or
dude,
and
that's
like stuff.
that's a hard one.
But then so that's yeah. So,
Thanks,
but
bro.
then I
I
think that's
always try to
what
help you out.
yeah. But then I feel like that's what best friends are kind of for too, to kind of push each other to the limit, kind of like see what you can do on to like the next level,
Yeah,
trying to like get yourself to a place where like that you can't get yourself to, but and I think that's what best friends are for.
yeah. You have someone to gauge like your skill level too.
Mm-hmm.
So that's always nice. Uncle Johnny said, "Why do you tilt? What makes you tilt?"
Ooh,
Ooh, ooh.
um, just
Alexa said those troll builds that you make, Uncle Johnny. You're
oh,
not wrong, Alexa. You're not wrong.
what makes me tell? It could be from something as simple as like not being in a good mood.
Yeah, that's
Not being
really a big factor.
not being in a good mood. I mean, I don't if I'm in a good mood, I don't usually tilt as much. Or if I do tilt, then I can like kind of recover from it.
Yeah,
But then once during that bad mood and stuff, that getting on tilt is super tough. Um, I think Stefan probably knows when I tilt
yeah,
when I do tilt, I kind of go quiet and go to like silent, trying to like refocus.
yep,
So
yeah. That's what happens to me too. I used to be a lot better at not tilting because when I used to rank a lot and like super hardcore, I figured out like a way to keep my mental strong and not be, as Koreans say, weak mental. I I always try to remember that it's just one game and you always have another game to play,
mhm.
and it's new people, new like champion select and everything, and anything can happen in this next game. So just take it as a new game. But when you, especially if you play with a duo, it's hard to untilt the other duo, your other partner, because if they just go on tilt, the next game they're still going to be on tilt, and it's hard to as a duo to untilt them. You just have to remember that it's a new game, and
Mhm.
you know new things can happen.
My question to you, Stefan, is how long have you been playing League, and also how long have you been playing Rank, and also just like any advice out to people out there trying to rank up,
Uh,
any tips or tricks?
the easiest. Okay, to start off from the beginning, I've been playing League since beginning of season 2. It was like right when Fizz came out, so he was like super OP, and I remember just hating Fizz. But yeah. So season 2 is when I started, and then I started getting into ranked later into season 2. It was like the month right before the season ended. I started playing ranked. I ended in bronze 1 because I didn't finish my provisionals. I was 9 and 10 in my provisionals, so I was placed into bronze 1. If I finished it, I probably would have been silver, Um, season 3 came around, and then I got to gold, and then the next season I was gold again. I think no, I was plat, and then ever since then it's been like plat, and then maybe 2 years ago that's when I really stopped playing as much, and I just ended. I ended, yeah, like 2 years ago I ended in plat still, and then last year was gold because I just stopped trying, and then I'm in gold right now still. Yeah, yeah, Lou, fuck Fizz. But yeah, um, and then what was your other question? Tips and tricks.
Yeah, tips and
Tips and
tricks.
tricks to climb in ranked. I would say is get good at like 2 or 3 champions, and like just stay in that lane, whatever lane that may be, and just get really good at those 3 champions. Because if one of them gets banned, you still have 2 more, and just make sure that 2 of them are pretty meta picks, and then the other one is like an off meta that you're like super good at and super comfortable at. As long as you're comfortable at those champions, you can win pretty much every game, and you just have to understand vision control. A lot of lower elo players are not good at vision control. The more vision you have, the more information you have, so you can set up ganks and you can set up roaming and stuff.
Mhm.
But also in lower elo, there's a lot less macro play. Everyone just wants to kill people. They're like, "Oh, get a kill, get another kill, get another kill." Like I've seen low elo games, especially still in gold. They'll be like 80 kills in less than 20 minutes sometimes, and there'll be like 2 towers gone now. Like that's it. Like 80 kills and then 2 towers only. That's insane. It really is. It's just like, how can this even happen? You guys are just dying. Everyone's just dying constantly. But I guess that's been like, I want to say like 2 seasons ago. It was crazy like that. This season, there's a lot more smarter, or there's more
Mhm.
smarter players, so it's a lot harder to see, or more difficult to see that the high amount of kills and stuff like that before the game ends.
Mhm.
So,
Okay. All right.
um, do you guys plan on playing ranked? If we do, then I would have to play on a Smurf account with Vong.
Yes, because I haven't done my provisionals yet.
Yeah,
So
and I would have to play on a Smurf because my MMR and my elo is too high for Vong right now for him to
yeah. So
play with.
so even when like we play what blind picks, we are probably placed with
Golds and plats, yeah.
golds and plats.
Yep.
And I mean like I do pretty decent, not the best,
Yeah.
but you know.
You do good enough for your lane and for us to like win the game still. But I want you to be on the level where you're comfortable in winning lane
Yeah.
and stuff. So
I think yeah, I think going back to your to your point on climbing, it's like I haven't gotten my comfortable champions yet,
yeah.
and I haven't gotten good at those at my comfort champs yet. So I mean once I kind of figure out my 2 or 3 champions, hey, I think once I get that, then I think it'll be much more easier for me to kind of help climb. So
Yeah.
and so yeah.
Let's see. Uncle Johnny also asked, "Do you feel you get better playing versus good players or versus casual players?" For me, I think when you play against casuals, you can do more risky things because you know that they're worse than you. So like you're like, okay, they're gonna make more mistakes. So even if I take this risk later on, I can just come back and win. Whereas when you play against better players, you take less risks and you usually try to do like more calculated play, I think. But especially for me, I suck at laning, so I always play more passive, and I always just play to go even in the lane. Like even if I'm down 10 CS, I'm fine with that because I know later on in the game I can make plays and make picks. So that's just how I play lanes. Whereas if I'm jungling, I just play for map control, and then I also hard farm because I know later on in the game I'll just carry. So
All right, and for me, I think playing since I'm technically a casual player,
yeah,
I think it's. I mean, for me, it benefits me to playing against good players or like an actual really good player, just because the fact that like you kind of learn in your mistakes and like stuff,
yeah,
and like stuff. Um, but yeah, going against casual players like myself, I feel like you can kind of get more risky, like Stefan said, kind of push the lane a bit more, or like whatnot. But then also, I play Galio and like stuff like that. So then like I know that like in late game I can
make plays.
make plays that can benefit my team
Yeah, because you
versus
play for the
like
team fight,
yeah. So yeah, so I play for the team fight, not for like the solo
the solo
carry
carry.
game.
Yeah,
So then like so that's why.
yeah. Especially in the game now, it's more team fight oriented and like skirmish oriented. Solo carrying isn't very possible, so
Yeah.
Vong, being the player that he is, plays very well into the meta, especially because he plays for the team rather than being greedy as fuck like I play. I play for like the KS and the kills and like the farm because I'm a KDA player. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a KDA player, and I've always been a KDA player. But there was a point in time where I didn't, and I was very team oriented, especially in like I think it was season 5 where jungle got nerfed super hard, and you could only play like tanks and bruisers. Dude, that was horrible. That was the worst time of my life. I had to play like tank Maokai and tank Malphite, and, like just everything tanky, and it was just depressing. Yes, Alexa, always KSing you.
Always chaos.
Alexa said, "I do so bad in normals. I always get so scared, and I lose all my brain cells. Do you have any tips? Do you have any tips, Vong?"
As a casual player,
Yeah,
I think sometimes like for me, to kind of get in like a good mood, um, what I do is I kind of put on my favorite music on and then just listen to it and just kind of like get into that mode of like playing with like music on, trying to like um and just trying to like not hear my outside things and stuff, and just kind of like focus on like on like, the game and stuff, and just I mean like you like for sure you are going to make mistakes and stuff, and the mistakes happens. Don't like get me wrong, like I make several mistakes,
yeah,
but then like it's about like learning the mistakes. So I think that's one thing too. But yeah, I am gonna go now.
all right,
So
bro.
thank you for watching. Well,
Yeah,
thank you
guys,
for
thank you for watching our first horribly set up podcast.
set up podcast
We'll try to do better for next time,
for next time.
and get some cool frames and borders going. Thank you guys for the questions. If you guys want, I can drop the Discord link here. Give me 1 second. Pew, 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 pew. You guys can join that, ask questions, and then we'll answer them for next time. All right.
Okay.
Have a good night, bro. Bye-bye. See ya, guys.
We'll see you guys next week. Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. Hopefully we don't mess up. All right, later, bro.
Yeah, later.
All right. Bye-bye, my friends.